Have you ever felt like you're the only one pushing your business forward? Working harder and harder just to feel like you're staying in the same place? Well, today we're going to dig into a system designed to fix that exact problem. It's really a blueprint for shifting from being a tired driver to a truly free owner, all by building a business that can finally drive itself.
So let's just start with the most important question of all, right? Are you building a high-paying, maybe, but super high-stress job that completely depends on you? Or are you building a genuine asset, something that actually grows and makes money even when you step away? Seriously, how you answer this one question is the key to unlocking a totally different way to build.
And that leads us right into what we call the driver's trap. Oh, it's that feeling so common for entrepreneurs where you feel like you are permanently stuck in the driver's seat. You're the one pushing every pedal, you're steering every single turn, and you know that the moment you let go, the whole thing just grinds to a halt.
I mean, this just says it all, doesn't it? It's brutally simple. If you're the one doing all the driving, all the time, you're going to be exhausted. Forever. It's a path without an off-ramp. And honestly, it's why so many promising businesses just end in total burnout.
This quote, it just perfectly captures that feeling of becoming the bottleneck in your own success. Every question, every decision, every new person has to go through you. And your growth? It's not limited by the opportunity anymore. It's limited by your own personal capacity. It's frustrating. And let's be real, it's completely unsustainable.
And here it is. This is the big mindset shift at the heart of the whole Gst95 system. We're always taught to just work harder, drive faster, be more efficient. But this system asks a pretty radical question. What if the real goal isn't to get better at driving the car, but to build a car so well engineered that it doesn't even need you to drive it anymore?
Okay, so how do we even start building this self-driving car? Well, before you can teach someone else to drive, you've got to make sure the engine can even start. And in this system, the mindset is the ignition. The entire foundation for growth is built on the core principles from Don Failla's classic book, Own Your Life.
This is so crucial. All the techniques, all the scripts, all the systems in the world, they all fail if the person's core mindset is wrong. I mean, think about it. If they see themselves as a passenger just waiting for someone else to drive them to their destination, no amount of training is going to work. That's why the system makes getting this part right the absolute first priority.
And it's done by locking in these 4 foundational beliefs. First, you have to own your life. That means taking 100% responsibility for your results, period. Second, you commit to no more excuses. You stop blaming outside stuff and focus only on what you can control. The third belief is a big one. You start seeing the business as a vehicle. It's just a tool to get you where you want to go. It's not who you are. And finally, you have to understand that it's a long game. Building a real asset takes patience and consistency, not some overnight magic.
All right, so once that mindset ignition is turned on, the system gives you its first practical tool. And this isn't some complex sales pitch. It's actually the simplest possible starting point. And it's designed for one very specific purpose.
The whole philosophy here is just simplicity. The 45-second presentation is not about explaining everything or convincing anybody of anything. It is literally just a key. Its only job is to spark enough curiosity to get someone to open the door and take a peek inside at the system itself. See, it's not about you being the hero. It's about making the system the hero.
And why does it have to be so simple? Because complexity is the enemy of duplication. It's as simple as that. If a process requires some special talent for speaking or selling, well, it creates a bottleneck, and it just stops with the few people who are good at it. But, and this is the key, if the starting point is so simple that anyone can do it, then the system can be duplicated by everyone. And that right there is where true exponential growth really begins. So this brings us to the heart of the engine, right? The process of duplication itself. And it's not about holding on tighter, it's really about the art of strategically letting go. We can break this down into 3 really clear levels of mentorship, all using our driving metaphor. Okay, so at level 1, you're the driver. You are in control, you're steering the car, you're explaining the system, and you're showing your new person the way. Then comes the critical shift to level 2. You become the co-pilot. Now, they take the wheel, they start doing the presentations, and you're sitting right beside them, guiding them, and this is hard, resisting that urge to grab the wheel back. Finally, you reach level 3. Now you're just the passenger. They are in the driver's seat teaching a new person how to drive, while you just observe from the back seat. You let them lead. So the whole point of this 3-level process is pretty simple, but it's profound. You are intentionally making yourself obsolete.
Think about that for a second. You're not building a group of dependent followers, you are building a culture of independent leaders. And that is the only way to create true leverage and true freedom.
So what happens when you actually navigate these stages? When you learn to let go? Well, you arrive at the ultimate destination. And this isn't just a productive team. It's something so much more powerful. It becomes a self-driving asset.
This is that aha moment when it all just clicks into place. The final step is literally stepping out of the car and watching it move forward without you. The system of duplication you've built is now self-perpetuating. Leaders are creating new leaders, and the growth continues on its own, completely independent of your daily effort.
The difference is just, it's night and day when you put them side by side. On the left, you're building a job. Your income is tied directly to your time. You stop, the money stops. But on the right, you're building an asset. Your income comes from a system that works whether you're there or not. The system is doing the work, so you don't have to. The outcome couldn't be more different.
And what's so fascinating is how your own role completely transforms in this process. You go from being the driver to being the road designer. You shift from being the chief problem solver to becoming the system architect. You go from being an overworked doer to a strategic thinker. In short, you finally get to stop working in your business and start working on it.
So we'll end with this one question for you to think about. If your business feels heavy, if it feels stuck, if it needs all of your energy just to keep it moving, is the problem really a lack of technique? Or is the real weight coming from a foundational issue with mindset? It's a powerful question, and it really gets to the very heart of building something that can truly, finally, set you free.